This dish is called Vieras on Salsa Verde, and basically that means scallops in green sauce. So what we're gonna do with these is I have some scallops that I'm going to sear. Going to build our sauce with some garlic and onion first, add some flour to make a roux, deglaze the pan with a little bit of sherry, add some chicken stock to that. Then we're gonna add a lot of parsley to that mixture. And once we've added the parsley, we're gonna reintroduce the scallops that we have seared and be ready for plating and presentation. Okay, so the first thing that I wanna do is start searing my scallops. And I have a couple pans on here. I wanna let them get hot. I'm gonna start this with just some regular oil. Okay, and this is just for me to be able to sear the scallops. I want to get a little bit of caramelization going on them beforehand. I'm going to caramelize them, flip them over, take them out, reserve them on a plate and keep them warm. Build the sauce in the pan, and then once everything has been combined, we'll go ahead and do our plating and presentation. But before we sear these scallops, I want to give it a nice little coating of salt, a little bit of white pepper, and then once I put them into the pan and get them starting to brown, I'm going to go ahead and season the other side. Okay, my pans are getting hot here. And I'm doing this over 2 pans because I don't want to overcrowd and cool the pan down too much. I want to make sure that I get good caramelization on these. And then once I've seared the scallops, then I'm going to remove them and build my sauce. But I'm also going to adjust my temperature down while I do so. So the last thing we want to do is overcook these scallops because they'll get really, really tough and rubbery. Have my heat adjusted down. I'm going to add my extra virgin olive oil to that. And again, those of you that have been around me for a while know that I don't like using extra virgin olive oil to saute, but we're gonna go down at a lower temperature here just to start sweating out our onions and our garlic. Okay, so I'm gonna add the onions in first. Let me go ahead and add my garlic to that as well. And again, I just want to sweat these just to soften them up, release their fragrance. I'm going to add just a little bit more oil to each pan here. Okay, I'm going to now add my flour to this mixture. And I want to whisk that in. That's going to help me make a roux. That's going to thicken my sauce. And all I want to do is make sure that the flour gets hydrated. and that I don't have any lumps. Okay, now I'm going to take my sherry and add that into each pan. Okay, and then again, the sherry is flammable, so you might want to watch if you're on an open flame. Okay, you can see that it's starting to get nice and thick. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, I have some chicken stock that we're going to finish this sauce with. So I'm going to whisk in the chicken stock. Now I want to keep whisking this to make sure that I whisk out any of the lumps. I'm going to adjust my temperature up just slightly so that it will help my sauce thicken, allow those starches to gelatinize and thicken our sauce here. Okay, both are moving on very nicely here. So I have my reserved scallops. I'm going to go ahead and add those back in. And because this is a green sauce, I have lots of chopped parsley that's going in here. Okay, my sauce is nice and thick. I'm just going to allow these to sit, let the heat from the sauce itself finish cooking the scallops, and then we'll be ready for our plating and presentation. For the plating and presentation on this dish, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish out about 6 of the scallops. And for my plate, I'm just going to take a nice healthy ladle of the sauce here. And place it in the center of our plate. Now there's a bunch of different options that we have here. We could most certainly serve this as an appetizer. If we serve, I don't know, about 3 scallops and maybe a small portion of starch. If we wanted to do this as an entree, we can most certainly serve it with a little bit of rice and some vegetables. Or if we wanted to serve it as a tapas, we can most certainly do that as well. So I'm going to take my scallops, place them just to the edge of the sauce. Very simple, very straightforward dish. This is the Vieras on Salsa Verde, which is the scallops in green sauce.